The most important thing is to be truthful with them, because children see through lies and illegitimacy of authority. So they need to be disciplined, and we have a world against discipline, so that they can channel their energies to higher levels of being. So there needs to be a family dharma. And you have a husband as well? More or less, okay. That's an issue.
He actually came here in February, so we're working together.
But you're not living together?
No, we are.
You're, okay.
Yeah. We're not married.
Okay, but you are both committed to raising the children? Yeah, okay. That's good. We have to settle for that, what we can get these days in terms of that. But your relationship with him will determine a lot of how they then foresee the possibility of being in a loving relationship or standing alone, but with empowerment in their lives. And so the most important thing is that you yourself are a model of someone who can stand alone if he's not there, and who can relate without being codependent and without fighting, and in a harmonious relationship and a family system in which no one is scapegoated and no favoritism is played, and everyone in their age-appropriate way is given the amount of freedom that they can handle, and are taught that the more responsible they are, the more freedom they will get. But you need to not create any whitewashing of the nature of the reality that they're in, because you have brought these children into the world at a time of the collapse of civilization. And they need to be prepared for that collapse without being in any denial. And anything they're going to learn in school is probably useless for them. So it's important for you to teach them that the real education will be about their own internal capacity for endurance of adversity, for being able to think critically and independently, and not buy into the disinformation of the media, not to live for a self-image, a Facebook kind of oriented life, or anything superficial, and to be able to know how to survive off the grid and to prepare for a life that isn't dependent on what is now taken for granted as part of civilization, and make relations with friends who can share that kind of understanding. Yeah.
Could you expand just a little on the difference between discipline and will?
I think it's more a matter of responsibilities that they must use their will in order to achieve. The will wants to be harnessed and sublimated. And so in the same way, it's very important that you not use force to enforce the discipline. The discipline has to be self-standing and with consequences, but that are objective, that result from transgressions, let's say, but not something that becomes a head-to-head clash. So that you never have to be angry or stop loving them, but can simply say, okay, well, this is the situation. We have to follow the law. We live in a balance of love and law. When the law is broken, this is the consequence. So that all has to be established ahead of time. And then you have to be very rigorous with yourself as well as with them. Okay. In nature, animals do not have fathers. There's a biological sire, obviously, but fathering doesn't happen except in the human world. And the role of the father is to help break the psychological umbilical connection between the child and the mother, and to help the child leave its attachment to the mother in a healthy, loving way and be brought into the social world with a role model of a being who can adapt to that world, can make use of it, is not trapped in it, but who can live a life of integrity with full command of the symbolic capacities and the heartful capacities of our true nature, and transmit that to the children, as well as transmit the capacity for the love of the mother and of the guardianship of the family itself, as well as his professional activity in the world and his use of his life energies to support the development of culture in a direction of higher integrity and peace and love and spiritual values. So the role of the father is essential, and it is in a state of collapse today. And this is having many repercussions in the raising of children.